Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jalip tribe, which is now steadily into generations 2 and 3 on the new middle island. I don't suppose you could call it a new island anymore, but we haven't had a chance to explore very much of it just yet, and even just the third that we have managed to explore of it has proven to be so full of unexpected adventures. We have gotten so many of the medical plants, we have gotten so many of the Dodomingo, which are quite the annoyance to have, to be quite honest, because they are nest stealers and they will steal your nest if you leave it unattended, and then will just sit there. The pregnant females can sit right in front of them and yell all they want, but the Dodomingo won't move, and they'll even yell back. And we've also run into several predators, not only the land-based kind, but we have lost 3 children already to the birds that fly overhead. You really want to make sure that every child who is born and they have no gemstones, and then every child with 1 gemstone is never more than 1 spot away from an adult, or else there is a very high likelihood that a bird will swoop from the sky and steal them off to take back to their nest. So we are doing much better with protecting our babies, and we are doing much better with starting to claim the areas around the nest, but we're running very low on food, and unfortunately I got so excited about Nukdukro as a potential addition to our family last time, and then I was looking at him again today and I realized, wait a second, this little guy actually has double no paw, he's got double bad immunity, and he's got blind eyes. So unfortunately, he is the most unhealthy child born from our oh so carefully picked genetics here in the Jalip tribe that we have had yet. So we are going to try very, very hard to keep him out of the line, and I don't know how his sibling, who Asimi is going to have, is going to look, but we will not be breeding up Asimi and Nukro again. It seems they just bring out the worst in each other, even though you wouldn't think they would. It's just that double B, the blind eye recessive, the no paw. So unfortunately, Nukdukro is just stunningly beautiful, and I think that he is highly admired from everybody in the Jalip tribe as being such an attractive creature. He just has this innate presence about him that everyone is very, very drawn to, perhaps because they always kept their hearts open to the no paws. If you remember, Mies, Chocolate Chip, was a double no paw as well. She was in the same situation, and other tribes may throw this little creature to the side and say that he is too weak, they don't want to have to feed him, they don't want to have to keep him under their protection, but especially because of Chocolate Chip's mark on the family tree, I don't think that they're going to do that to him. So he is probably going to be a permanent tree sitter. He will help us collect up the nuts around the tree, and I don't know if we will try breeding him, but I have to say probably one of my new goal creatures is all of his coloring and everything that he has with the black fur and the dots and the beautiful yellow mane, but with the violet eyes. I think that would be very stunning to see. But we're a long way away from being able to focus on those more aesthetic genetics, because right now we're just trying to survive and we're getting very low on food. So we're going to see if we can set up for survival a little bit better, especially now that we have decided to dedicate a constant berry picker to our best berry patch, and hopefully gather up quite a bit of food from a double bunny that we have pregnant Miri sitting on top of. So let's see if we have any pregnant females on the nest. We sure do. We have Lasisi over here. And then actually her sister, who has inherited the title of Chocolate Chip's great-great-granddaughter as the heiress, which I think is so exciting. Actually, I think her great-granddaughter. There we go. And then, well, hang on, let me think through this. Rhea was her granddaughter. So great-granddaughter. And then okay, so we're at great-granddaughter now. What a lineup. Great-great-granddaughter now. Well, Lycosis. So Lycosis here is actually the next Chocolate Chip heiress, and we'll have to see if she has a sibling who actually matches Chocolate Chip a little bit better, more like their mom Lala, but we'll have to wait and have more babies in just a moment. So let's go ahead and see what kind of baby we're going to have right here. Hopefully it'll be a really nice one. Oh, look at you. Hi, little one. All right. So it's Salala. Oh, what a wonderful name. And what a fun coloration. So she has gray fur and green eyes. And she is actually the child of Kuta and Lasisi over here. La Isis, or let's see, La Sisi. Yeah, La Sisi. Sorry about that, you guys. Very easy to flip those letters for me. And they are very healthy. So they're a very healthy couple, and they can probably have quite a few more children. So I will probably have her go ahead, just step one over, or should I have him step towards her? Difficult choices, because we have a lot of food we need to collect. There we go. And then we'll have Siko just stay exactly where she is. And then I'm going to send Kuta up here to kind of keep an eye on this area so we don't have any predators spawning in, and that berry bush until she gives birth and they're ready to have another child. All right, now we need to collect up some food for sure. So let's have Mila come in here. Mila is actually going to, well, hang on, there's, oh, darn, I was hoping it was actually going to be a bunny. Mila is going to be in charge of sitting right here in the center of this little berry triangle and gathering up the berries that are over here. And oh, look at her. I love it when they kind of hold on to their children like this. And we're going to have Lala kind of stay right where she's at, but we'll have her daughter Lycosis move down, and she can help out with gathering up all sorts of nuts. And so Lala will kind of teach her daughter like how to gather up all of the different nuts from the tree and how they can eat from it. And then here, Duke New here, he's going to continue exploring the area around the family tree and making sure the grasses are exposed and making sure he can gather up whatever food he stumbles across too. And then let's see, who else do we have? We're going to move little Rija here. What a cute little name. She's going to move, I think, up one so that she can still be under the protection of some of the older creatures. Samela is going to move into the nest. Good, and that will keep her next to those babies too, or at least this baby, because I think that Rokukir here is actually old enough to start exploring around the place if he wanted to. But because we're so low on food, I don't think we need to do some big exploring just at this moment. All right, but let's come over and gather up what food we can. We're gonna go ahead and I think, yeah, we should be able to move Miri into the nest. All right, she's gonna gather up this food. There's a little bit of the bunny, and then I think we'll be able, let me see, and then New Dukro, so our special little guy, he is going to move down and probably, like I said, be a permanent berry or a permanent nut collector. So he'll come over here. Ismi, I think I'm going to leave her to step out of the way and allow Miri to get into the nest. Maybe. Who's older? I think Ismi is actually older. All right, Asimi, I'm going to let her go ahead and get in the nest first then. So we'll put her in, let her gather up these berries. Miri can gather up these berries. And then we've got quite a few of the nuts we can actually collect. So let's shake the tree. No, Messi, you weren't supposed to move. I am so sorry, guys. I really hate it when you misclick like that. I'll be a little bit slower so we don't have an accident like that. And then Vankuro, I'm actually going to move him on top of this stump. Oh, and look at that. And then we have a clear line of sight of several of our nest areas, several of our key areas to make sure we don't have predators popping up from the shadows. We have had that happen on the old island, and it would be very, very bad if it happened on this island too. All right, and then we do have our female Lariana here. Lariana wanted to explore this side of the island, and she wanted to find a nest site of her very own. And her younger sister, Messiana, actually can come on over. We'll bring her right under the tree and give the tree a good shake. And we need to send a male down here to hang out with them and populate this side of the island. So I'll have to decide which male to send in case we don't really have a lot of extra males at the moment. Maybe Dukvan. Dukvan was sick when he was younger. But I think he has two similar genetics, so we need somebody like Vankuro, actually. All right, Vankuro. We'll continue moving you on instead. So we will have Vankuro go ahead and join over. And actually, I suppose Nukduro, he still has normal sight. Yeah, he still has normal sight and hearing. We can probably put him up on top of one of these spots so he can keep an eye on everything. With his big ears, he can hear quite a few things. So even if he can't help collect any of the nuts or do anything like that, he would be a very good scout. He would be a good sentinel to kind of have up in the taller regions. And then just without moving, I'm going to go ahead and let these two use up a little bit of our food by exploring that patch of grass. All right, you guys, so everybody is in place. Everybody is safe. I'm really hoping. We have Nukro right over here next to his new mate, Miri. Hopefully they will have many, many healthy children instead of the unhealthy children that Asimi is for some reason having. Maybe we can have Vankuro, if he sticks around long enough while he's rushing past us. It would definitely help to have some of his genetics added into this. And Asimi is a good mother. I just wish she had healthier children. We'll have to be more careful with who we pair her up with. So several pregnant females on top of the nest this time. So let's see what the next great-grandchild that Lala is going to bear for Chocolate Chip is going to be. And... oh, she has a very own her. There's a little her. Look at it. Oh, and healthy, and it matches. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This is Esmiana. So Esmiana, who now is obviously inherited the next role that we have. She's definitely going to be the next chocolate chip maker in the family. And I think Lycosis would be okay with that. She doesn't know any better. She's just a little baby. And we'll have Lala go ahead and shake the tree and gather up the things that she can. And Kira Duke New, we'll go ahead and let him, well, let's get a good line of sight, make sure there's no bunnies nearby. Oh, and sure enough, there's a bunny nearby, and it is going to be eating our berry bushes. That is not how we do things around here, bunny. All right, let's check in on the other babies too. We have another jackalope type creature with Rilana. Healthy across the board, wonderful, and a fantastic berry picker. So this is definitely a good matchup. Samela, congratulations on your beautiful child. We will definitely have you breed with Rokir again. Rokir, I may keep you very nearby. I have a feeling that we're going to need some of his babies. He's getting a little bit older. The creatures really age up faster than I remember, so we'll have to be very careful about keeping them on the nest. And Ana Ala is getting older too, so we need to get her onto the nest, but there's no point in moving her just yet since we can't actually get her there. And Samela, I could have her move off the nest, and that way we can have her, she's definitely being a bit of a nursery keeper. That way we could have her stay near the babies. Let's move her, she's not close enough to one of the babies, so let's move her over here. There we go. And she's keeping watch over her little family. She's doing a very good job watching over her little family right here. Hopefully the birds will stay out of the sky and we will be able to keep them safe too. And then we have a certain bird coming and sticking its beak into our business. I think we'll let Siko just go ahead and take care of it like that. Because we kind of get... Oh no, and that bunny stole our food. Rude much. Okay, and we'll have Islala even come over here. And move Lasisi here. Oh, I should have had her collect that berry first, but that's okay. All right, and then any other bunnies showing up? Not in any particular spot, but I see another, oh my gosh, they had another blackbird child, Rira, and she is the complete opposite of the issues that we had with her brother. She's healthy across the board. Not only healthy, but she carries some of the very unique genetics we were starting to lose, like the venomous fangs. So she's got double berry paws, she's got poison fangs, she's got beautiful black fur. Imagine if she had been born with green eyes too. That would have been stunning. And she's a very good berry picker. Okay, so actually this is a really good matchup. I think I actually want to go ahead and have Vankuro continue moving on from here, and we will have Nuroku come down and he will take Ismi as his mate again, because clearly they have some pretty good babies. Let's shake this tree again and Ismi can collect up another one. And then we'll move him down so he can also help kind of stand over and protect his children. And Miri, we're going to have Miri go ahead, grab that berry, and then she's going to move down here, and everybody is sort of starting to gather around and protect these babies. Wow, look at them though. Isn't that just beautiful? I love them. They're very stunning looking. All right, we'll gather up these berries. And little Messi, what are we gonna do with you? She would be a good berry picker. So actually, let's move Messi up to this spot because she's a good berry picker, and this way she can be next to a berry. And then we might eventually move her brother over to this spot right here so he can serve honorably as a scout if nothing else. And then Vankuro, we're gonna continue moving him out across the land, and he is going to try to find his way over to these two ladies who are just gathering up food and quietly waiting. Oh, and there are so many of these creatures wanting to come on in and cause trouble. quietly waiting for a mate to arrive. And Lara Anna, I don't think she wants to give up her spot to any of these creatures. She's not going to let these birds have it. All right, she's wanted this nest more than anything else you guys can imagine for a long, long time. All right, so I think we have everybody except Mila put into place. And Mila here is going to go ahead, we'll have her explore that spot and collect up some berries. She's an excellent berry picker, and she's going to be in charge of taking care of these 3 berry patches. So that's going to be really useful. And Kier Duknu can go ahead and gather up this spot so he can gather up that food. And yeah, his job is really to go around and explore the grasses around here and just gather up food when he can and help to protect his children so we can keep Chocolate Chips' line going strong. And Lacois is actually one of the Chocolate Chips descendants, so we will keep the gems on her chest blue, but only the one that will inherit the title of being Chocolate Chips' direct descendant will have the middle gemstone as green, and that is definitely going to be Ismiana, if Ismiana has a chance to live to adulthood. So we're gonna have to see if she will have that chance or not, which is a little bit extreme, but that's just the truth of the situation. All right, we've got everybody lined up pretty much where I'm happy for them to be. Rokukir here might be able to move to the edges now. Oh, and there's a berry bush. I totally forgot that berry bush was there. So he might be able to help out with exploring this area. There's another berry bush. Oh, and a tree right there. The tree was much closer than I thought it was. We have 4 trees on this island. For some reason, I only thought we had 3. Well, that's wonderful. He can help with exploring under the tree. That's definitely something he can pull off. All right, so let's go ahead and see. We've got 2 pregnant sisters. Nope, we only have one. We only have 1 pregnant female right now. So she's kind of a single mom. She sort of hangs out down here by the, I guess this would be the Founder's Rock, because this is right next to where they came on in. And we have the Founder's Rock right here, and the very first nest that they ever used. It's probably very well worn after 2 generations. And she has Kuta as her mate, but he moves around a lot to make sure he can gather up food for everyone. So let's go ahead and see what kind of baby we're gonna have. New family members, yes. Good news. It's raining and we have more berries. Bad news, I just heard a predator. We'll have to see where he is hiding. Let's look for the most violently shaking. I'm thinking up here, maybe, or over here probably, or maybe even over here. There's plenty of choices to see where death approaches from the grasses, you guys. Oh my goodness. All right. We're gonna just have to start as we usually do. Let's actually start with the berry bushes because they are going to be the most profitable thing for us right now. Kier Duknu will also put aside his usual exploratory behavior so that he can help out with those the berry bush collecting. We'll have Lacosis help out with shaking the tree, and now she can introduce her younger sister to the entire concept of what to do too. We'll move her sister over to Aunt Mela. So her sister Ismiana can move under here, and she will actually go out from under the tree and stand next to Mela, because I know I'm not going to be moving her, and help to gather berries in her young years. So that will work out wonderfully. And we're going to go ahead. Oh, too bad I couldn't have kept her in the nest to have her baby, but that's okay. And let's start moving everybody around and kind of keeping our ears peeled. When it's a rainy day, more than ever, it's very, very important to gather up all of the berries we possibly can. So I think everybody would be celebrating the arrival of the rain by focusing on gathering berries right now. Ha! Take that, bunny! I got it before you could. And we have a little Kirduke. Oh, and he's an excellent berry collector. He has fangs. He's a great movement. He's got great movement. Healthy across the board. Wonderful. I'm very pleased with that. So you have some pretty great children, Kuta. We might have to send him down, especially because we have so many berries. There we go. And let's get Kuta to come down here, and he and his mate can continue expanding their family because they're having really wonderful results. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, these two are that are totally opposite immunity genetics, so they're going to have great healthy children. And let's move little Rilana over. So she is out of the nest, and let's move Anaala over. So she's in the nest. And Samela here can step over here and gather up berries for now. And Rokir, we'll move him over here. Oh, there's another berry bush. Wonderful. See, that's the kind of gentle exploration around the edges that we need to do all the time. All right, and let's move down here. And I think I will have new Dukro come and he'll sit on top. Oh, I missed it. He'll sit on top of the stump when we get him up there and take care of that area. And Dukvan, I don't know if Dukvan has a mate or has, I mean, as he's getting his siblings born, Rira can come over. She's amazing. And I think we need to have Dukvan have an opportunity to find some mates of his own. But everybody seems pretty happily paired up at the moment. Maybe Messy? But we really want to make sure that the genetics stay on, like Siko. Siko, when Siko comes of age, that'll be a good mate for him. So Dukvan's just going to stay here and help collect up these berries for now. And Asimi versus Miri. Miri has been pregnant forever, but I'm really enjoying seeing what Asimi's children look like. So we're going to do, sorry Miri. Asimi is going to go, well, this is my nest. You're second creature. You have to wait your turn. So I think she would have taken precedence. And then Nuroku, I don't think I can move him up there, so I'm not going to try. And Vankuro, and here we go. Finally, Vankuro is coming on over. He is going to find, should I just keep moving him? He's going to find some love right here. And then Messiana can come on down and she can be like, sister, you'll never guess what. Your dreams have finally come true. And a very handsome male with big giant ears has come to join us. And that means that Lariana is going to have to get out of the nest. Sorry, Lariana. Oh, and there's a bunny burrow right here. Wonderful. All right, so I think we did pretty good across the board down here. We already have a couple pregnant females. And Nuroku is not really... We'll move him over here to help gather up these berries until we have the nest open up again. Oh, and there's another bunny. We'll have to try to see if we can snag that next time. And you guys, we have 1 pregnant female, 2 pregnant females on the nest. So let's go ahead and see what Asimi has. And we'll have to see, look at that. I mean, Rira is just gorgeous. And we'll have to see if we have that predator step out from behind the grasses. Uh-oh. It's back, you guys, it's back. Okay, the bird is now back and we need to keep an eye out for that. And we have Anasis. So Anasis, yeah. She has been born. She has no paws. She does not have the, she does not actually have the black fur that we were aiming for. But that's okay because Rira is still absolutely stunning. And let's see what else we've got. I think that we're actually going to end up with Asimi being shoved out of the nest by Miri now, who is more than ready to have her children. And we had 1 other pregnant female up here. And Ana Ala, that's right. She finally got to have her child. Sikomi, what a beautiful name. And Sikomi has the H immunity gene. Very important to keep all of those variable immunities constantly going in our family. And is pretty healthy across the board. Wonderful. And it looks like Samela here. I think these two have a much calmer nest sharing relationship than we have under the tree over here. I think there's a lot more competition and possession down here. And over here, we don't even have Lala sharing the nest just yet, though I think she's going to be sharing the nest with Mila pretty soon. I just definitely want to see more of the chocolate chips descendants properly born and safe, especially because we have a bird. That bird better not, oh my gosh, that bird looks like it is headed straight for chocolate chips' great-grandchild. That is unacceptable, bird. That is unacceptable. We're going to have to make sure they stay safe. All right, so we've got that. And we have a nest invader. The audacity of it all. All right, you guys, we're going to start sorting out this new mess and making sure that all of our various creatures are where they belong, taking advantage as much as we can of all of the different food resources that have shown up, and trying to make sure we can defend the area as needed because there is a predator lurking in the nearby grasses. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.